Hello, and welcome to day 2 of Calculus in a Year. Today we'll be going over more domain and range. So let's look at this graph of y is equal to 1 over x. So as we approach, as I hope you already know, that we cannot divide by 0. So we cannot put in x equals 0 or else it'll be undefined. So, as we approach x equals 0 from the right side, we get our y values will go towards negative infinity. And as we approach x equals 0 from the left side, we approach y equals negative infinity. And I've included some examples here. For an x value of 1, we get a y value of 1. With an x value of 0.5, we get a y value of 2. With an x value of 0.1, we get a y value of 10. And with an x value of 0.001, we get a y value of 1000. A similar thing happens with negative 1, negative 0.5, negative 0.1, and negative 0.001, except you approach positive infinity. You approach negative infinity. So you get negative 1, negative 2, negative 10, and negative 1000. Now let's look at the domain of this. We can use any x value that we want, except for 0. And so that's why our domain goes from negative infinity to 0, and from 0 to positive infinity. So this or means that we can do any of these, and it'll work. So this u stands for or. And we put parentheses around the 0 in order to show that we're not including 0. If these were brackets, then that would mean that it includes 0. Now let's look at the range. Let's see, we go towards positive infinity, we go towards negative infinity, but we'll never get a y value of 0. Well, you will, as you approach either positive infinity or negative infinity, but that's aside from the point right now. We're just talking about the real numbers for now. So the range goes from negative infinity to 0, or from 0 to positive infinity. Now let's look at another example here. We have y is equal to 3 over x minus 2. As we can plug in any number that we want except for 2. So that means our domain goes from negative infinity to 2, or it can also be from 2 to positive infinity. And let's look at the range. Once again, you'll only get a y value of 0 as you go towards positive infinity or negative infinity. And so, for our purposes, we're just going to say that we're not going to get a y value of 0 because we're only concerned with plugging in real numbers. That means our range goes from negative infinity to 0, or from 0 to positive infinity. Alrighty, and that's it for day 2 of Calculus in a Year. I'll link problems in the description along with the solutions. Please only check the solutions either once you're finished or once you're thoroughly stumped on the problems. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you back.